Chad, I'm not 28. I'm 27. Shut up.
We're all old, Bobby, okay? We're all old.
It's true.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Well, I mean...
Wow.
Well, I mean, we'll see if we can get there here in this Hacienda search, or hard point, rather. And we've seen it once before. I mean, this is obviously... We'll continue to, you know, beat the horse till it's dead. It's you've got to play these objectives as a team. You've got to play that P2. It's your biggest money hill. Who gets that's going to have the early advantage. Right now, it's going to be trades back and forth, and Trucker, they're holding their own. They got 6 on board, 30 seconds left. There's plenty of time to grab up, and Pepe, he is soaking up the uncontested time, smoking his face. Nobody knows where he's at. The contest is in. The Saf collapse. Rehan, he's going to get credit for the kill, but they collapse all on the threat there in mid. Right now, it's a competitive P1 as we gone back and forth, but off the rip, not a clear advantage. But again, this P2, it's got to be a money hill for one of these teams. With the way that the rotations are through, it might be Trucker.
Phew. I don't know. Do you know who Desaf is?
Give me a second and I can maybe tell you.
Okay.
Desaf is... That's going to be for Trucker.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
been longer than a second, buddy.
Yon Rehan, right, Claps. So this is Poison?
Poison. Okay.
I have no idea who that is. Yeah.
Oh, no, this is Awaken. No, this is Awaken.
Ah.
Oh, this is Awaken.
Okay.
Ah, this makes sense.
All right. Well, he's slaying out. Claps is slaying out on P2 right here, and there's a money hill we saw Tribe capitalize on multiple times, even following a slow start. So it looks like Explicit's going to look to do the same, but they get wiped off the hard point for the most part. Rehan going to look to break back in, and Awaken's able to find 2. Right now, upper echelon looking to make their way in from the side, and it's actually going to be a wallbang from Pengi that takes down 1, but not going to be able to get a whole lot of hard point time out of it. And right now, looking like a battle for P2 as well. 3 players already here for Explicit, and they're going to be able to find a couple. Yawn finds one there as well, but Veteran going to be able to find the final one. That's going to secure at least the initial hard point time and the spawns. And right now, upper echelon looking to get their way back in this game.
Snipes got the pop off 11-3 at the moment. He is absolutely feeding Yawn on the right on the outskirts of the building. Definitely not smart to peek that one, buddy. You get your head taken off, but he's going to be able to stay alive, and him and Rehan, they combine for 2. Now, is it going to be enough for the break? It is. It's going to be Rehan finding the second, and here comes Operators. I don't know if this is a bust or a must. You can see Bright does find 1. This is not a big muddy hill. You haven't got a lot of value out of it. He does go ahead and burn, finds 1 with it, and burns it. He's 1 and done now. Snipes looking for the backside approach. It is 18 seconds up to grab now. His focus should be for P4, but with the amount of players here for the side of Trucker, a.k.a. Explicit, you expect that they're going to get the remainder of the scrap time, which is enough to keep them with the 50-point advantage.
Well, Legacy wanted me to remind you, Verdict, that they beat Undream in the 3rd place match last season, so don't forget it. His words, not mine.
Who?
But
You talking about Explicit?
No, Undream in
ARP.
the 3rd match last season.
Oh.
ARP, a.k.a. UE, a.k.a. Cold Shower.
Yeah.
Well, tell Legacy to jump into the game so that way we can spectate him.
Right? Because he's a legend.
Yeah. I mean, Legacy is like the past tense of what was. We need you to be in the game.
Well, the drone did a lot for Veteran right there, as that's going to be an absolutely absurd 2-piece from way in the back of the map. A little bit surprised that the drone hasn't been added to the ban list. I've seen a lot of players ask for it, and it definitely feels like the amount of upside that you get out of it is just crazy, crazy, crazy. Veteran going to be able to find another right there and locks down the rest of the scrap time, but it is still going to be Explicit in the lead. Trying to take down Rehan right there, and he's going to be able to do so. Gets himself a Goliath in the process. Yawn going to be able to swing the corner, but not before full streaks, and that could play out big time, especially depending on when we see those come in. Right now, JesusCanSaveU trying to create some room for his teammate to hold down this hard point, but that is going to be a complete wasted Annihilator and not going to be able to get any progress back on it after taking that first shot as well. Rihan perusing the outside of the map, and Explicit back on the hard point, gonna spot out Snipes there as well. And right now they remain in control of this one. Is map control looks pretty solid right now. UE having a tough time getting these players taken out, and even with a little bit of that time going in, the lead still in a manageable position.
All right, well, 40 or so points separate these two teams right now. A comeback needs to happen for the side of Cold Shower. I personally would have expected them to have the advantage early on in this matchup, and that has not been the case. We do have a Goliath, however, coming in, and that is going to be in a great position to quickly get it inside of the garage to get some of that extra value, right? You're now protected from a lot of grenade angles. You're protected from cluster strikes, predator missiles, a lot of different operators. So this is absolutely huge for the side of Cold Shower trying to make the comeback happen.
Ooh. I think we had this discussion earlier. It is going to be taken down, but I mean, I think Cold Shower struggles on some of these, you know, not so nostalgic maps, so the ones that are recently added. I think we made note of that, and I kind of expected him to take a little bit, not necessarily of a beating, but definitely a much better approach than, you know, I anticipated. Right here, it's still competitive. It's only a 61-point advantage. Make it 60 now as the break comes back through. They're going to be able to close the gap, but it is going to be the Goliath that was burned and calls for it. And we saw it in the Tribe and Undream matchup. Obviously, you want a lot of bang for your buck. P2 is where you're going to find the value. And again, they're going to get the retake with plenty of time. And this is, again, a very, very close Hacienda map where I didn't expect Upper Echelon or Cold Shower to perform in, because not only were, you know, they not performing on maps that weren't nostalgic, but they also had been struggling with their communication and a lot on the team maps, and this is a prime example of them kind of adapting in real time.
Right now, it's it's been basically a 40-point gap ever since those first couple of hard points. Right now, Veteran's going to pull out the Annihilator, trying to maximize this time. A little bit of a cheeky spot for JesusCanSaveU up on the top side, and I don't think he's going to get spotted out yet there either. Finally taken down, and his teammate Snipe still going to be on the hill. That lead dwindling a tiny bit, and Rihan's actually going to get a cluster strike that he's got to work with. More than likely, if I had to guess, probably going to come in on P4. That's definitely one of those extremely exposed hard points that is very, very dependent on having all hands on deck. If you can get one side completely covered for a substantial amount of time, you can get some really solid map control. So we'll see when that comes in. But pretty much every one of these hard points continues to be very back and forth, regardless of the score streaks and operators invested. Right now, it's Veteran pushed out early for Explicit, but rather, he's not on Explicit anymore. He's on Upper Echelon. He's going to get shut down. Bright looking to make the solo push on in, but immediately shut down, and there it comes. The cluster strike on in. We'll see how much value Rihan can get out of that one.
All right, well, Yawn also pushing up with an Annihilator. Going to find Snipes to the corner of the wall there. Gets the information that he needs to turn around, and well, he's got players pushing him on the other side as well. Ends up finding two on the Annihilator before getting taken down. That's at least decent value. It's, you know, way better than a one-for-one trade, because typically the one-for-one you could have at least got with a gun. You know, the CBR, especially as strong as it is in the meta right now. So making some priority use there. And now we're only 30 points separating these teams. It's been a big comeback, or attempt at a comeback for the side of Cold Shower. And, you know, I honestly didn't expect Trucker Gaming or Trucker Esports or Explicit to have as strong as of a performance as they've had out. Typically, it's Cold Shower / UE that start the hard point off really, really strong and then lose a little bit of that momentum. So the fact that they're trying to make the comeback happen and are actually making it look fairly doable is big for Cold Shower, but they need to find some more of these gunfights. They need to find some more of these rotations, because they're getting rid of the drop a game here against a team that I think they should easily be ahead of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and you've got to think, too, you've got a Search and Destroy ahead of us, and this Explicit team is known for how well they played Search and Destroy. As a matter of fact, they've gone toe-to-toe with some of the best and given them a run for their money. So you've got a team who's kind of like on the cusp of wanting to do great in Cold Shower, but also just underperforming massively in maps like Hacienda, like maps like Slums for example, and right here, this is a perfect example. 23-point lead. It's dwindled now as the Hills hop. Pengy, he's going to invest it all. It's double or nothing for the Purifier, the Super Soaker. He's got the early rotation. One player to deal with is Bright, making the look to breach on the outskirts, but he walks right into it and could never have done it. Now, I will say the collapse, it could happen. Jesus gets the God tier, spawns on the backside, but your hope on the inside is out, and now it's a scramble. Who's going to get there first? It is going to be Yon. The infantry is coming through, though, as Cold Shower, they're buckling up for a big P2 hill. They've got Veteran on the point. He's taken down. There's one last hope. It's Pepe. And now all of the forces are going to be able to rejuvenate. Explicit, they had a lead then. I don't think they're going to be able to keep that lead after this P2 performance from Cold Shower.
Oh, this is looking like a money hill right now for UE, and Jesus can save you on that backside. Stacking up the kills, Annihilator in hand, not going to be able to find the final shot onto Bright. Going to be able to make his way inside, but that 40-point lead has completely evaporated. Right now, UE is going to take the lead, and it's all going to be on, probably all going to be on the battle for P3. We see everybody already rotated out for Explicit. That's going to be free scrap time for UE right here. We'll see how well the push comes through, and Saf's in position. He's able to find one. Maybe pushed a little bit too early. Felt like a little bit of impatience right there. Teammate's still going to be on the hard point, and Bright's going to go ahead and pull out that Annihilator, so they continue to maintain this control. Missed shot onto Pengy. 2 missed shots. That's going to be costly. Snipe's going to the top side, and that Annihilator is gone. Clap's going to call in one of his own. He knows they're pushing him from that backside, but the Annihilator shots are just not landing. Missed opportunity after missed opportunity for this Explicit squad. This might be a full break going in for UE, but as I say, the triple in the feed. Still picking up the time. Pengy hops in, but he's going to get taken down as well. Explicit back in the lead, but just barely.
Well, it does look like they get taken off the hill, and they have to recontest here. There's just enough time. You can't sleep on that infamous 0-second point tick. And right now, it's not looking like anybody from Trucker is going to be able to touch. That's going to be the comeback happening for Cold Shower. Took them a while to get going, but once they came through, they shut down the opposition. I think it